Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to the shed. How was your day today? It snowed. It snowed this weekend here in West Virginia. Did it snow where you are? I would love to know. Tell me in the comments. I love snow. Absolutely love it. There's something refreshing and cleansing, and I don't know. As we discussed in the Christmas episode, maybe I romanticize winters of staying in and not having to go to school, and now that I have a job, I work for the Board of Education, so I work for the school system. So when school's closed, often I don't have to go to work. And so it doesn't bring stress to me. It's actually a release. I get to kind of stay home and read books or whatever. So that's good, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. You see, as you know, probably, maybe, if you don't, and you're new, hi, I have depression. I have major depressive disorder and general anxiety disorder. And that causes me all sorts of issues in my life. I got some feet today I need to put on here. That caused me all sorts of issues. And for most of my life, I would say that I managed it fairly well just by being, I don't want to say aggressive, but by aggressively attacking my depression. So when I was a child, I was full of hormones, didn't know how to deal with it, didn't deal with it well, tried abusive stuff to myself, got over that, joined the Marine Corps, learned how to channel and focus. And at that point, I would say that I probably became more bipolar than just major depressive disorder, because I had intense bouts of mania. And it's funny that I would have these intense bouts of mania, and I would recognize them as intense bouts of mania. And they bothered me because I felt like even though I would go months and get just tons of stuff done, or it was really hyper-focused mania. Say, you know, I wanted to learn about tape, then I would spend the next 3 weeks learning about tape and how to make it, and just that's all I can think about. Or designing a game or whatever. And so that became the person that I was, and it caused me to start and throw away dozens and dozens of hobbies, because I would have this intense mania for the hobby. I would do it, and then I would suddenly one day just wake up and that was it. I had no more mania for that. I would crash, I'd be over it, and move on. And usually I would follow up those bouts of mania with bouts of depression, which would cause me then to just kind of recede and most likely read books or play video games or something like that. Well, and I always wondered, like, what do people without hobbies do? Like, you know, they just sit in front of the TV, because I've never been that kind of person. Well, this medication that I'm on seems to maybe, I don't want to say channel, it practically erases the mania. I don't have it anymore. And so when it comes time to get something done, it's an extreme internal struggle. And I'm learning how to deal with it. I am. But like, so for instance, I started this game design last week or 2 weeks ago. It's in my head and it's been churning. And before, I would have this really intense drive to work on this. This is a good idea. Trust me, I've played through it with myself, and I know where I want to go with it. I just have to do it. And before, this would, like, I would be obsessed with this thought until I got it out of my head. I would have to get it out, and then I could put it away. And so for however long that took, whether it's days or weeks or months, I would just dive into this head first. The rest of my life would fall apart as I hyper-focused on this thing, and I got it done. And now it's the exact opposite. I have to, like, push myself to do anything like that. And, you know, the shed is a complete disaster right now after building this bad boy, and I still haven't got the video out because I'm not happy with it. And so I need to do some voiceover, and that mania isn't there. I really enjoyed the project. I would really enjoy to show you how I went about engineering this thing and putting it together, but I don't have the mania. I don't have the drive to get it done, and so it just sits on my hard drive, and I don't know how to deal with it. I would love to know how other people deal with it. Or do other people let me take that back. I would love to know how people who don't suffer mania deal with it. How do you get stuff done when you don't have an intense internal drive to do it? Or am I just cursed? You know, like I've always considered consumers, the people who consume media instead of creators. I've always considered consumers of media to be... I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand how somebody could sit for hours on end and just take in TV or sports or whatever. It's just never been my thing. I've always decided to create, to be artistic, to make something like this or draw or whatever it might be. And it's never been in me to just sit and to consume. And so since I've been on this medication, since I've lost my mania, I've been consuming a heck of a lot. In fact, that's mostly all I do now. I do these videos. This is creation. This is creative. This is a sort of release for me. But I don't, this is it. This is really, and I have things. I have this thing that I want to do. I now have an idea in my head for a Christmas decoration that I want to make. And I would love to film it because it's something that I see lacking on YouTube. I found a niche that maybe I can fill. I have right here. I have an LCD screen that is broken, but I want to tear the backlight out of it and try and make something out of that. I have all these things, but finding the desire to actually do it is an intent. I'm relearning. I'm learning how to be, quote, normal. I'm learning how people without that intense desire to do something get stuff done. And boy, is it not easy. I'm telling you, it's not easy. These feet fit perfect. I was afraid they wouldn't. I got these. I was at work. I was going to buy some, and then I saw how pricey they are. And I thought, no, I'm not going to buy any. Oh man, that one's not going to work like that. Well, the back two aren't going to work the way I want them to. So I was walking by, at work we have a junk pile, like where we recycle, and I saw these on the bottom of a microwave. Snatch. So anyway, I want to know how normal people go about getting stuff done. How do people who don't have intense mania ever get anything done? How do you accomplish creating? Or do you just not do it? Are you just a consumer? And that's okay, I think. For years I thought that it wasn't. So anyway, I would love to know how you, as a quote-unquote normal person, go about finding the drive to get stuff done. That is the lesson I'm currently attempting to teach myself, and it's not easy. I'm not good at it. I'm not. And, I've always been a bit of a procrastinator when it comes to getting big projects done. And so maybe that's part of it. Maybe I just need to learn how to fight both of these simultaneously, but I have desire to do. Instead, right now I'm reading books, and that's okay. I can read books for a while. I can play video games for a while. But I don't want to be stuck in that perpetual consumerism. I want to get back to creating, and I'm learning how. So if you have any thoughts, if you have any comments, please leave those down below. Don't forget, if you have anything to say, especially on this topic or any other topic, you can call in at the call-in line at 304-602-SHED. It's 304-602-7433. Additionally, my email is always open for your thoughts, suggestions, comments at chevee@thedailyshed.com. Thank you very much for being here. As always, please leave a like, a comment, and if you enjoy my stuff, subscribe, and I will see you here tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from Quora.com. Why do some American football quarterbacks lift their leg before the snap? A QB can lift his leg in both the shotgun formation as well as the from under center. In the shotgun, generally it's a timing cue for the center to snap the ball. When the QB is under center, the leg lift is generally indicating to players who are split wide in the formation that they can start in motion. So it's a signal. Could have just said it's a signal. I'm just saying, it's a signal.